Alright guys, this is Live Darkness with a video tutorial. Me and my friend here.
Kale. Okay, basically what we're doing is we're going to make a one-cylinder engine out of knex. A lot of the times you see videos on these things and they're just completely blown out of proportion. They're big and require like 1,000 parts. But we're going to simplify it today. Okay, first of all, we're going to make pretty much just going to hold everything together. You need 2 of these yellow pieces here. And all you simply do is take 4 green pieces. You're going to need 8 in total because we have to make 2 of these. And you're going to just simply attach them to each of the yellow pieces.
Like so.
After that, you're going to need 4 red pieces total. So you take those and put them on like that, and then you reattach the yellow piece as such. And then you take a white piece here and you just put it like that for reinforcement. As you can see, we've already made the other one, so we are good to go. Okay, what we're going to start out here is we're just going to take a yellow length piece and use 2 and put them on like so. And now we're going to make our crankshaft. It took me a while to actually get this design perfected, but it works pretty well. You take a gray piece like such and a blue piece, and here's the general construction of it. We're going to use another yellow piece here.
And be explained why later.
Okay, and there's your crankshaft.
You have to make sure your pieces are lined up right. These spacers do fine. If your knex set doesn't come with the spacers,
You can just use these, and you can also use them for counterweight so it'll spin without vibration. Okay, now we're going to, this is what we're going to use as our piston. So we just put that in, and now we have our piston here. Okay, what we're going to do here next is we're going to actually connect it to the engine. You need to get a silver spacer piece, and just insert it like so. Pretty simple. If you're not fucking retarded, you can do this pretty easy. And pretty much that's pretty much as easy as it gets. You're going to take the other side here, and you're going to connect it to the yellow pieces like the other one. So
alright.
now our crankshaft is attached to our engine block. So now we're going to actually make the cylinder that the piston will move up and down in. You'll need 4 of these white pieces, or in other sets they're black. It doesn't matter as long as they're completely round like so.
This part's sort of a bitch, but
We can just fast forward through it.
this is what your finished product should look like. We just have 4 white pieces and 2 blues completely opposite of each other. It's a bitch doing.
You just need to get something like this. Alright, now we're going to get this attached to the actual engine. What you do is you take your piston and you just simply slide it on top of your piston like so. Okay, now you're thinking, how are we going to stabilize that? Well, you're going to need some blue pieces here, 3 for each side here. We're going to take a white piece and we're just going to link it through here and use the blue spacers here like so and attach it. Now there's one side of it.
If you don't have blue spacers, you could probably use a gray piece.
You can use silver spacers. Now you're going to take the other white piece and 3 blue spacers and do the same thing with the other side. Now you can pretty much get an idea of what your finished product will look like, but we're not exactly finished yet. So now we're going to just add these 2 pieces here for extra rigidity, I guess you could say. Now we're going to add what's going to give it torque, I guess. So you're going to use a silver piece on the outside here,
Spacer.
and then you're going to get a brown piece here that prevents the wheel from spinning freely on the axis. So then you just connect that like so. And like I said before, we use these pieces here as counterweights. Basically, you can use other parts to attach this to keep it on, but we prefer to use this for counterweights. So I'm going to install these.
And what that basically gives you is a flywheel. Makes, you spin that little rod, your piston ain't going nowhere. You add a wheel on there, and it'll spin around a couple times.
Okay, now we just take one more blue piece, put it on the end of there, and our last piece is another one of these pieces, and there is your finished product.
Alright, and if you'll hold the camera 1 second, Kale, I'll get a drill and we'll show them how it looks like with that. Alright, what you want to do is your yellow rod. Told you we'd explain that later. Your yellow rod is, if you're going to build something, to connect this engine to or hook it up to a drill, your yellow rod's the longest and it's best to use that. So I'm going to open this drill up all the way.
You see the crankshaft working there. And pretty much what this is right here, the blue piece, that's your output shaft. So
as you can see, there's like no clicking, no flaws. If you ever do have clicking, you just want to make sure these are pulled apart. Because if they're together and it spins, bam, it's going to hit right there. Pull them apart, and it's good. And that is basically it for our tutorial on how to make a Knex engine, 1 cylinder. More soon to come, hopefully like very soon, maybe right after this post, about what else you can do with this engine.
oh yes, more to come.
Alright guys, Live Darkness and Kale, and we are out.